a golden bikini. It's the main man. It's that dude. Bear with me 1 second. What's that? Gotta save these. Gotta save these electricity bills, bro. Okay. Eins Bill Gates, guys. So this is a tactical snack, and for people who say I am doing this based on a Chelsea bias, you're false. This is the Half of Football Hot. It is the Half of Football Hot, and I will be doing this for most teams. We're doing this for most teams, but I thought, let me just kick it off with a Chelsea, since it's the team that most people love, because again, I checked that most people's second team is Chelsea. Most people's second team is Chelsea. So because it's Chelsea are the people's club and it's a people's team, I thought it was apt that I began this live tactical snack breakdown with the people's team. And again, look, there's a chat on most people's second team is Chelsea, based on just what Chelsea have done for people's community and their heart and so forth. So we're going to break this down. And these tactical snacks is we go in. So this is really for football. Okay, this is for football. Because this is about life. About life. And we're gonna go right into the strengths, the weaknesses. So this is where you see HH at his most tactical. Okay, this is where you see HH at his most tactical range. So guys, it's a live chat. I'll be looking at the live chats. I'll be seeing what you guys are saying, and we're gonna have fun. Guys, we are going to have fun here because this is about being real. It's just about being real. So shout out to buildlineup.com. I was going to say, shout out to buildlineup.com, man. And I can already see some hate, man. I can already see some hate from the people in here, but we're going to roll through. So this, first of all, we have to just roll with the lineup that we mostly have to deal with here. So in goal. Now, let me just roll with it. So Zarita Babalaga. Now, I'll talk first. Let's just roll with this is what I think the lineup should be with a Coutinho. This is the lineup with a Coutinho. So, of course, you've got Zuma. And I'll ride with the Rodrigo in there. And of course, you have Reece James, Atsby, Kovacic, who people sleep on, Jorginho. Now, this is obviously what people will be rolling with. So Kante, Pulisic, probably Cho, and of course, the new Drogba time. Easy. So this is, of course, the lineup that people will I think if everybody is fit, if everyone is fit, based on the players that are available, this is the lineup that people are rolling with. Now, someone already said Kante as a cam. No, just chill. Kante is not a cam, but Kante is definitely the midfielder who is allowed to roam. And this is where this is where things come tricky. This is where you've now got to take a executive position, man. So the biggest issue that Chelsea have are the flanks, specifically this right flank here. And this is what I keep saying, that Chelsea needs to get an inside forward. But even before we even come up there, a huge issue is this flank. You see, if you're playing, look, guys, chill. I'll get to Ziyech. Guys, just relax. This is what Chelsea have before I bring in a Ziyech or Coutinho. Relax, guys, chill. Look, guys, we have all night. We have all night. Chill. So the first issue that Chelsea have is the fact that because Chelsea are an attacking team, you need this dude to say what's up. Now, Reece James is beautiful at saying what's up, and Reece James might arguably be one of the most underrated crossers in the Premier League. People will say I'm hating, but if you watch the games, his crossing accuracy is tops. Just that we just don't have the guys to really put the ball away in there. So, but the issue is Azpilicueta is a very strong defender. He must arguably be one of the best defenders at Chelsea, him alongside Zuma. But the issue is that because Chelsea are an attacking team, the flanks are crucial. So the best Aspi can do is I've never seen Aspi reach here before. This never happens. You never see Aspi here because he just doesn't have the legs, the skill, or the athleticism. So the best Azpilicueta can do are crosses from deep, which only worked for Morata, and that was it. So that is an area that needs to be strengthened. So now we come to the midfield. Now, you see, the issue here is this. We have these midfielders here who are all pretty strong, but none of these midfielders are number 10s or attacking midfielders. So none of them are cams. Whenever you have a 3, you must have an attacker-minded midfielder. The issue that Chelsea have is almost similar to the same issue that Liverpool have. But for Liverpool, they have a very effective front 3. An extremely effective front 3. So the thing that needs to happen is, okay, let's start first with Coutinho, because I'll get to Sancho, but let's just start first with Coutinho, because that's the title of this vid. If Coutinho comes in, he's going to come in for Jorginho. That means you now have Kante and Kovacic, who now form the base. I think Kovacic has had a fantastic season, and I think Kovacic is very crucial for being the central midfielder. Every team has to have a central midfielder who can say what's up and just say, you know what, I'm trying to live here. I'm trying to live here, and I'm trying to just make a living around this area of the pitch. So what Coutinho can bring is this attacking thrust and the ability to bring the ball up and pretty much play the cam position, because right now Chelsea don't have they do. I'll get to Loftus-Cheek. So the strength of Coutinho is he is very good at attacking with the ball, but he isn't very strong, and he's very predictable. See, Coutinho is very predictable in what he does, hence why his nickname is Coutinho. So if you really study Coutinho's tape, you can pretty much nullify him. Hence why people tell me, when last did Coutinho have an amazing season? You can show me an amazing game. You can show me amazing 5-5 games. You can show me maybe 2 or 3 great goals. Has Coutinho ever had a consistent, amazing season to the level of a De Bruyne, a David Silva, or so forth? Shazam, don't you dare say Coutinho is Robin, or else I will slap you in the face. Don't compare Coutinho to. Please don't do that. So Coutinho makes sense because of the role he plays, but I don't think if Chelsea are looking for a treble, Coutinho isn't the man to help Chelsea get that treble. And the key thing for this video, guys, is we all want the treble. Obviously, everyone here is live chat. We're all Chelsea fans here. So because we're all Chelsea fans, we are trying to create a scenario for us to win the treble. All of us here, since we're all Chelsea fans. And we're not going to be able to do this with Coutinho. And look, man, I'm not hitting on Coutinho, and I feel sorry for Coutinho because I think Coutinho found something good at Bayern. He found something good at Bayern. And I think that it's a bit unlucky that the Bayern thing didn't work out. It's just that Thomas Muller has just really had a good quality season. Now, what Chelsea have been doing most of the time is this. This has really been the more likely lineup, which is you have Willian on the right and Pulisic on the left. Now, you see, Pulisic has been decent. Pulisic has actually been decent. And I don't really understand people who have been hating on Pulisic, because many people thought, oh no, Pulisic, this guy's going to be trash. But what Pulisic is able to do and how he operates isn't how Willian operates. You see, Pulisic plays like a winger, and how a winger should play. Willian plays like an inside forward. So Willian is always looking to come in, but because he's not left-footed, he goes out. And he is just not as good as playing on the outside as he's playing on the inside because he's much more of a central kind of player. Hence why people have said that Willian could actually work pretty well in centrally. Pulisic, on the other hand, walks the channel here very well. Hence why he can really get to the byline and provide crosses. Hence why it's useful that Pulisic is here on the left, which means that Azpilicueta doesn't have to provide the width out on the outside. Just as long as he provides security for Pulisic and is able to find him in space, then that's all cool. Of course, if you got your boy Tammy in there, but look, now this is where things now get real. The ideal lineup that can get the treble for Goats is this. This is the ideal lineup. This is the ideal lineup that can happen. Now, of course, this is ideal right now. Is Loftus-Cheek in there? But I'll get to ZH, because I will get to ZH. This is an ideal scenario if, let's say, you don't have a ZH in there. Because for me, I feel Loftus-Cheek is the better option compared to Coutinho. Because Loftus-Cheek, if fit, will be able to bring the ball up forward, has better upper body strength, and is a far better strength. But the key thing is he is more unpredictable than Coutinho. Coutinho is simply Coutinho is a predictable player. He is it's not me hating. Coutinho is just a predictable player. So Loftus-Cheek, I think, provides more dynamism and something a bit different coming forward, because it is crucial. Guys, I tell you, this is crucial because this is all about the treble. It is very important that since Chelsea are an attacking team, they simply must have an attacker-minded midfielder, but even more so, a playmaker. Chelsea do not have a number 10, a creative player. That's who they don't have. So Chelsea have just gotten these goals based on team play. Because again, and really, you will argue that maybe Tammy's role is pretty much like the striker stroke false line. Hence why they give him a lot of balls to feed. And Tammy Abraham, rather than looking to score, is trying to control the ball and feed either one of these flanks. But because Chelsea are very attacking and these guys receive the ball a lot, Sancho is vital. Sancho is vital for this to work. Okay, guys, remember, this is all about a treble. This is about a treble. How can Chelsea get those three cups, three trophies? How can they return back to European supremacy? So what Sancho provides is not only can he go on the outside, but he can easily drift on the inside a bit more, and he is simply sharper than Willian. I think he's got his skills are more, because Willian is also skillful as well, but I feel Sancho's skills are much more unpredictable. I feel his skills are much more unpredictable. Now look, Sancho isn't the next Messi. And why does he need to be? Sancho is his own dude. Sancho is his own dude. He doesn't need to be the next Messi. He's simply his own dude. So there's no need to be comparing him to these dudes, man. Now, ZH. If ZH comes in, he has to play here. So this is where things get difficult. ZH has to play this role. Because if you look at him for Ajax and so forth, he's part of the midfield. And I think the beauty about ZH is he's a very smart player who can drift and affect the game all around here and finds good spots and finds good spaces. So What would be amazing is seeing ZH on the breaks and the counters that Chelsea have. That's what I'm really looking for from ZH, is to improve the creativity of this team. And see, this is where it gets key. ZH might be the creative dude needed for this team to flourish. He might be the creative dude needed for this team to flourish. But my thing is, even before we get there, this is an issue already. Now, before we had this whole COVID crap happening, Arthur was actually looking all right. Was actually looking all right before we had this COVID break. But long term, I'm not convinced with Arthur Balaga. And the reason why this is an issue is because our dear friend Lampard keeps on chopping and changing this midfield too. He keeps on chopping and changing this midfield too. And this is why I say to people, management 101, do not keep changing your central defensive partnership if you're not forced to. Okay? That's the thing. Do not change your central defensive partnership if you're not forced to. That's the key thing. So because the central defensive partnership has kept on being changed again and again and again, you now have a situation where the defense is always going to be leaky. And if the defense is leaky, that means the goalkeeper will now be far more active. And Arthur Balaga has shown that this is a dude who, if you keep on smacking against this keeper, he's going to concede, because he simply isn't he's not simply as competent as a Neuer, an Edison, or so forth. But again, for me, look, I think Zuma is going to be one of the next big defenders for sure. And what do I call him? Rudiger. And Rudiger. See, Rudiger can have good games. He can have tricky games. Like, he isn't the best on the ball. And in an attacking team that likes to play forward, expansive football like Chelsea, especially in today's modern game, you need to have defenders who are good on the ball. So and also remember, many teams that you play, everyone is now attacking team. This is the most offensive era we've ever had. And if you're playing against offensive teams, they will be pressing you from the front. So if you're being pressed from the front, it is very important that you hold onto the ball. And I think Chelsea, and I think Lampard is the kind of dude that will want Arthur Balaga to play the short ball to his defenders. Again, Reece James, I think, is confident on the ball. Zuma is the best defender Chelsea have on the ball. But Rudiger can be shaky. Azpilicueta can be shaky. But again, back to the midfield again. Look, you see, Kante is very useful because he is very happy to occupy this position here, which he did very well for Leicester City and which he did very well for France. But also, Kante can also carry the ball forward and also attack. So it's almost a situation of like, if Chelsea are attacking, similar to Barcelona, where they would have what's this guy's called? Where they would have like a Busquets in this position here. You would want to have like this position here where you now have 4 attackers pulling through, because Kante can really get some stuff in there. Christensen is decent. He's a decent defender. Christensen is one of the best defenders at Chelsea on the ball. He's really good on the ball. Defensively, he's simply not money enough. Like, defensively, he's not more money enough, and I think that he makes too many mistakes. I've seen too many times where Christensen makes too many mistakes, and I just don't think that he's strong enough on the ball to really say anything. He's just not strong enough on the ball. Bro, I've been saying this for a long time. I'm not hating on Trent. But Trent is a one-trick pony. He's a one-trick pony, and I think Trent is a system merchant. Not saying he's bad, but he is reliant on the club system that is there to cater for him. Reece James is much better at both ends. Reece James is better at both ends because Reece James can defend, can run with the ball, and he can cross. Trent can only cross. When it comes to the defending, it's a bit tricky for the dude, man. It's a bit tricky for the dude. So, but the reason why Sancho, the reason why Sancho is so important is that I think is where Chelsea's game has broken down. Because Chelsea gets into these key positions, and whereas a Salah, a Mane, and so forth know how to individually get themselves into space and really get themselves into good attacking positions, it breaks down with Willian. Now, the key thing here is this, and this is something that Danny even said. Why hasn't Willian been played on the left? Why hasn't Willian been played on the left? Because if Willian keeps on trying to cut in on the inside, he's right-footed. Why not play him? It's like, why wouldn't you play him on the left, where he can now cut in on the inside? I don't know why Lampard has never tried to do this. I don't know why he's never tried to do this. Because if you have something like this, then boom, Chelsea are now looking key. You see, the only thing Tammy needs to work on is his goal scoring and his movement. That, for me, I think, is where he is slightly lacking. But what makes Tammy key is he is similar to a Firmino, which is when Chelsea are on a break, they can give him the ball, and he is very confident on the ball and able to hold the ball up and move with the ball and make intelligent decisions when he has the ball. That's not the same for Giroud. That's not the same for Giroud, because if you have Giroud, all Giroud can do is one touch. All Giroud can do is one touch, and he's there to beat the lamppost. Again, I'm not trying to be offensive. Giroud is just there to be a lamppost, nothing more. He's just there to be a lamppost, But based on how Lampard wants to play, it's about getting everybody involved in the game, and I think Lampard definitely wants a maneuverable striker. He wants a maneuverable striker that can do stuff. So I think what I'm hoping Ziyech can bring is creativity and decision making. So if Ziyech is in this position here and he has these options, can he make the right decision for a Sancho or for a Willian? Or can he carry the ball? Because the beauty about Ziyech is that Ziyech can score as well. Now I don't know how good his playmaking or creativity is. I think he's a pretty good passer, but I don't know how adept he's at that. So if he is to come, or he's coming, I would want Lampard to say, "Yo, Ziyech, and I know your money, I know your cash, but I want you to bring that Iniesta swag. I want you to bring that Iniesta swag. I want you to bring that I want you to bring the Iniesta swag. I want you to bring that Zidane swag. That's what I want you to bring. I want you to have that swag, So that's so Ziyech is an exciting introduction here, because you see what she wants. See, if you're building a team, it's cool to have players who can play multiple positions, but you want specialists. I would have Ozil in my team, but I will only have Ozil in my team if I have a great team. Ozil is the worst player to have if you have an average team or a crap team. Ozil is the worst player to have. But Ozil is a specialist. But because he is a specialist that can only be useful if everything else in your team is fully functional and working well. So you see, What we saw from Kante last season under Sarri, and this is that Kante is multi-talented. He can defend, he can pass, he's good on the ball, he's got skills, and he can very easily bring the ball up forward. But he isn't a specialist in this area. And what Chelsea need is a specialist in this area and like a player who feels comfortable and at home and composed in this area around here, but I just have questions about, you see, this is another thing here. If this can work, I would be very happy. If this can work, I'd be very happy, because when I saw what Sancho did in that PSG game, Sancho showed me that I can play in the middle. Bro, that's too much info. That is way too much info for the live stream, but I hope that you enjoyed your shower. But that's a little bit too much info, but that's all cool. So Willian will probably leave. No. Look. This, for me, is the ideal lineup. I will always thank Willian for what he did during that mutiny season when those guys formed a mutiny and got my boy sacked. Okay, all right, and I will never forgive those Chelsea players who formed a mutiny and got my boy sacked, because that was messed up. Well, that was messed up. But putting that to one side, Willian was one of the few players who remained consistent. But Chelsea have to look to the future. They simply have to look to the future. And for me, I just don't feel that Willian is consistent enough in this team to be able to be a player who you have for the future. So see, if I was Willian and there isn't a assurance that you'll be playing consistent games, then it's time to bounce. Then it is simply time to bounce. You have to leave. Like there is no other thing to say. Says that you think Abramovich will spend another 100 plus on a winger. Abramovich has cash. And if I'm a Lampard, I'll say, brethren, I know you have cash. All we need is a Sancho. Because I'll say, bro, Sancho represents the future. We could have and possess the future, because Dortmund don't know what they have. You see, I know what Dortmund have. I know what Dortmund have. I know what they have. So because I know what they have, even more so, before Man United get their clause there, Chelsea must say, we are serious. Let's put in a bid. Let's come through. Sancho, let's roll. Now, if I'm being objective here, Sancho shouldn't leave. Like, Sancho shouldn't leave. Sancho should remain at Dortmund, because like Sancho should pretty much do the same thing that what's this guy's name? Sancho should do the same thing that Pogba should have done. When you're a young player and you're still developing and you're not a prodigy like a Messi, like an Mbappe, you must stay in that tier 2 team and develop and sharpen your skills, sharpen your blades. So once your blades are now sharpened, then he can then make the move to the Juventus, to the Bayern Munich, and so forth. But those big teams are only for the seasoned players and the prodigies. So the vets and the prodigies. But if you're a young, developing player, it is always very risky to now be thrown into the wolves of like one of these bigger teams. So that is why I say for Sancho, stay at Dortmund. It works as a perfect system. But if you want to move, bro, tell me that this isn't a sexy team. Tell me that this isn't a sexy team. Because in Kovacic, you see, people say, oh, Kante has sort of declined. Well, it's like, look, I think if we can just take Kante back to this position where he's like partnering up with Kovacic, then this is cool. Well, he can roll up in here and everything and help support Sancho, while Kovacic can pretty much be like the Busquets position there. Because if you now have that, I think we'll now get to see the top Kante, and the really, really good Kante who we saw for Leicester City and we saw for France and so forth. But my thing here is that if you have Sancho, Ziyech, Pulisic, what you have here is youth, speed, inventiveness. You have inventiveness. But what I'm just struggling with are these two. Because if Ziyech can play on the right, bro, be very careful. Any crap like that, I'm going to boot you off this whole thing. I was this close to putting you in a timeout. Okay, I'm trying to build a treble winning side. Okay, I'm not trying to build a side to get inducted into an academy. So please, please have some more respect. So yeah, so basically, look, guys, I'll be real with you. Tammy Abraham is a really good player. Technically, he's a really good player, but I'll admit that he isn't. I don't yet see a consistent and reliant and proficient goal scorer. Not yet. Maybe we'll get there, but not yet. We might get there, but not yet. But I do not yet see a proficient enough goal scorer here. And that's just what is lacking. Because remember, why Chelsea have been struggling is they get themselves in good positions. They dominate games. But there are times when, especially in the latter parts of this season, when they get into this final third area, they just don't know what to do. They make bad decisions. Hence why it is very important that you have a player who can take a second to think about what they need to do. Because if everybody is going at like 200 miles per hour, then you're just going to be rushing things. And what has happened to Chelsea this season is they'll dominate the possession, they'll keep on attacking. They'll then run out of ideas. Then they will get caught because of a lapse in concentration. So, and that is why never get caught up in the illusion of a team having more possession. Possession is the most overrated stat. The only stat that counts is goals, And there are teams that have beaten teams who have had 60 or 70% possession. Inter Milan, Barcelona, 2010 semi. I think Inter had like 20% possession. Oh, okay. Well, they lost that game. No, but first leg, where Inter won 3-1. Barcelona had more possession, but Inter won the game 3-1. So it is vital that Chelsea find a playmaker. So I don't know whether it is Ziyech or it is Sancho. But it's like when I look at what Ziyech did in Ajax, Ziyech was, well, he was, look, Ziyech was quality. He's absolutely quality. And I think when you saw Ziyech, see, Ziyech at Ajax didn't have a defined position because Ajax were like, the formation was very fluid. So Ziyech could be here, he could be there, he could be all around. So he moved all around. So if we're bringing Ziyech into this game, he has to, you don't want to restrict him to a position. So I almost don't want him here. Or if he is here, Lampard must give him the ability to roam around and be fluid with Sancho. And I think that is probably, that's why I just think that, this is like a learning experience this season. But moving forward, I would like Chelsea to have more movements. And that comes from training. Because I think with the issues that Chelsea have had is too obvious, too predictable. Okay, it goes to Pulisic, it goes to Willian, it goes to Pulisic, it goes to Willian, it goes to the inside forward. And there isn't enough movements, guys moving out of position or just trying to try different things. And in a Tammy, you have a guy who's really good with his feet. And I think the key thing, the key thing here is this. Tammy is still learning goal scoring. He's still learning how to score. So you don't even need to fully go with him. But Tammy can be used how Firmino is used. Tammy can be used how Lewandowski was used for Dortmund. So it's about making the team and the movement a lot more fluid, So you see, bro, you say why? See, Chelsea need a left back. That's what Chelsea need. Chelsea need a left back. And Emerson is average. See, Emerson is just useful because Emerson can do what Aspie can't offensively. That's it. But Emerson by himself in a vacuum isn't a good enough left back for Chelsea and what Chelsea need. But Chelsea are in need of a quality left back, and especially an attacking left back. They are in need of that, man. And again, look, so that's another thing. I think people even said about the whole thing about a captain is like Rudiger should be captain. I think Rudiger should be the captain, like either Rudiger or Jorginho. But I think the captain should either see if you're doing a captain, he should either be the best player or the strongest character. That's how it should always work. Messi doesn't have a strong character, but he's the best player, so it works. Like when they made Dino captain, Dino does not have like a strong, loud character, but he was the best player. But then you have like either Oliver Kahn, who had a super strong personality. But for Chelsea, I think Azpilicueta has the captain's armband because he is the most senior member of the squad, and I think he's the guy who has the most experience in the squad in the team. But that you shouldn't choose the captain because of that. Your captain is an emblem of the team, and he's a guy that sets the example. The best player sets the example by playing at a high level. Your player with a strong character sets the example by how you should mentally approach the game. Sergio Ramos is almost like the perfect captain because he's one of the best players and he's got a super strong character. So he is a great motivator and a great emblem of the team. And Chelsea need that. Look, John Terry is a racist and a sexist. So he's a racist and an adulterer. He is what it is. But he was a very good captain because he was one of the best players he was one of the best players at Chelsea, one of the best defenders in the world, and had a very strong character. So that is a captain you need. Aspilicueta isn't a good captain, and I think he was badly exposed um, during the Arthabalaga incident. Bro, you have to step in. As the captain, you have to step in. Why did it have to be David Luiz saying everything? And he was nowhere to be seen. So I don't know why Lampard hasn't stepped in and said, you know what, Rudiger, boom. You're respected. People like you. You've got a very strong character. There you go. There's the captain's armband. So picking the captain of your team is very key. It is very, very key, bro. You see, I love Kante. Kante wouldn't make a good captain. He wouldn't make a good captain because he isn't. Even if he is an important player, he isn't like a dynamic superstar player. And again, he's got a very quiet character. But even look, Bart Simpson has a very quiet character, but I consider him probably the best right back of all time. So Kante doesn't play in a way in which will set a very high example based on just how dynamic and amazing he is. Even if he's truly amazing, it's not in the same way as a Bart Simpson stroke Lamb, who set such a supreme high example based on just how amazing of a player he is. So Kante wouldn't make a good captain, man. You see, I think Jorginho would be another really good captain, I think. But my thing is, what is his standing in the team? And does he have a strong enough personality? That's the thing. I was like, does he have a strong enough personality when he's within the team? Because I know that Jorginho, like Rudiger, is well respected in the team, and like he's well respected in the team. So that's the whole thing. But look, let's just get back to this whole thing, man, really briefly. So look, man, the issue that Chelsea have had really is these flanks, and what Chelsea have been missing are goals from here and true productivity from this area here. Because I think, again, if you look like at a Liverpool, so much of their goals come from these flanks. And most teams that play this formation, these flank players are very effective. You see, what I would like from a Pulisic is for himself to get into more attacking positions. Because if you're playing this formation, yeah, it's cool to go out on the outside and then be a winger and so forth. But this formation, there is a lot of responsibility on these two flankmen. And these two flankmen have got to be proficient goal scorers, because this is an inside forward formation. Like if you had this, for instance, what are we doing here? You see, if you had this, then you have the two strikers, or maybe you have a guy in behind, then these guys can be wingers based on the two guys who can work together. But when you're dealing with a lone striker and you're playing like this, then it is very important that these dudes roll through. Because this isn't a formation like this where, for instance, you have this where, okay, you have more guys in the midfield, and then you have you're playing with the two strikers there. Now, look, I've always said that there is no harm. Sorry. Yeah, there you go. There is no harm with playing two strikers, because maybe Tammy would be helped with two strikers, but I'm not sure how well a Tammy Giroud would work, because if you don't have Tammy and Giroud, you sacrifice a midfield presence. And based on how Chelsea play, I think they do need that extra midfielder, But yeah, I mean, so basically, I'm just questioning where Ziyech would best work, because if he's in this position, then he needs to be very disciplined to be in this position and really maintain this position here. Or you could have a situation where if Chelsea are attacking and Kovacic is the guy who is anchoring the midfield, then you can have a situation here where they play on and off each other. Because again, for me, Kante has been very good moving forward. Because what I don't want is Ziyech stuck in a rigid position. One I think you want is fluidity. And I liken it to Barcelona. Because whenever Barcelona have possession and they're attacking, Busquets is the anchor. And what you have are all these dudes who are moving in and out of position. In and out of position. So it's very hard to defend. And there's lots of movement, and the ball just keeps on moving. But I think where Barcelona are about several passes, I think Lampard is much more about very few forward passes to quickly find the penetrative pass. So when Chelsea are in possession, what he wants is speed to quickly catch the defense on the counter and get the ball. Hence why a Sancho and Ziyech are so key, because these guys are very quick thinking and they play very fast. Same thing with the Pulisic. So I'm excited as to what your boys Ziyech, Pulisic, and all these boys can do. Personally, man. So let's see what else you guys are saying, man. No, but what I'm saying is this is my dream lineup. So obviously, if Sancho doesn't come, then of course you have to roll with Hudson-Odoi. But just that Hudson-Odoi has just been struggling with a lot of injury, and I think he hasn't yet been in rhythm, like because again, and that's the same thing with Loftus-Cheek. Like, look, they have the skill and so forth, but they have to have like 10, 15, 20 games for them to really get into their rhythm and so forth, and I think unless they have those 10, 15 games, it's going to be very hard for you just to throw them into the fire, man. Okay, why? Let me ask you this. So Sancho is now guaranteed to go to Man United. I'm not hating, but just for the audience, objectively speaking, if Sancho is given a choice, why is he choosing Man United over Chelsea? Why is he choosing Europa League over Champions League? Why is he choosing Manchester over London? Why is he choosing a team in development over an attacking team that better suits his brand of football? So I'm saying. So why? Yeah, Loftus-Cheek. No. I think as a second striker, no. I think what you want from Loftus-Cheek is to run with the ball, and to move forward with the ball and really attack the defense. The second striker is a very particular kind of role, and for that particular kind of role, that Lautaro Martinez is probably the best at in the world right now. You won't get the best out of Loftus-Cheek in that position. So I think for Loftus-Cheek, you want him deeper, running forward with the ball. And what you want from him is that where he can now run into the box, get into the 18-yard box, and really get those headers in. So that's what's really want from the dude. Oh no, Pulisic. No, actually, Pulisic. I was the one who said that. Don't sleep on Pulisic. Guy said, "Oh, this guy's just some American dude. What the hell can he do?" I said, "Wait a minute. Don't sleep on Pulisic." So I said, "Don't sleep on Pulisic. This guy can roll. This guy can ride." So I've always been a guy saying that Pulisic has had some very good performances, man. Pulisic has had some very good performances. All right. Let's see what else I was saying, man. Oh no, because basically As of right now, the choices are Dortmund, United, Chelsea, but United have been strongly linked with him. They've been strongly linked with him since last summer. So there, and look, you never know what to believe in the newspapers, but that Man United link has been something that has been ongoing, and the likelihood is, if he was to leave Dortmund, people are saying that United is a likely destination because United have the money, and that is an area that United want to strengthen. Because obviously the whites Usain Bolt here, but obviously they want to definitely get better in that area, man. So that's the thing, man. No, for me, look, you might see. Whenever people talk about United being big, we have to look at, is it based on history and off the pitch, or is it based on now and football? AC Milan are garbage now. AC Milan are one of the biggest clubs in the world. The AC Milan emblem, the badge, and what they've done in history, AC Milan are one of the biggest clubs in the world. Facts. But if you're a young up and coming player, it would be insane to go to AC Milan now, because AC Milan, that's a 5-year, 6-year situation. It's a 5-year, 6-year situation for them to get out of that man. So so that's where you have to really come from. So for United is, yes, you don't want to go there based on the history, what they've done, and the brand. Yes, they're both rookies, Solskjaer and Lampard. But for Sancho going to United, how are you sure you're putting yourself in the best position to get the best out of you? Because for me, you have to look at what fits within you. And I just think that because Ziyech is already confirmed. So if Sancho is in a team that already has Ziyech and Pulisic and Kante, and you look at how Chelsea play, that's the key thing, is how Chelsea play. Sancho can, for me, I just feel will have better chemistry and understanding with these players as opposed to the dudes that United have. Because when I look at how Dortmund play, how they move the ball around, and the key thing is how they attack. That's the key thing for me. I just feel that Chelsea's players, technically and so forth, and how they approach, are more aggressively offensive than United. And Sancho, for me, flourishes in a more aggressive attacking team. That's why you probably won't see the best of Sancho under Southgate for England. You won't. And Sancho just wouldn't fit into the Man City team based on how they attack. But I just think fast attacking teams, which is what Dortmund are, is how they would roll. Hence why if you look at how Dortmund play, it's very fluid. These guys are making runs and so forth, and especially Reece James. Sancho and Reece James combining, because you know that Reece James can easily form an overlap. You know that Reece James can easily make these runs into the box. So Reece James and Sancho and Ziyech combining, boom. So this right-hand side could be money. And what Chelsea have been missing is that extra bit of creativity in other areas of the pitch. Because before, it's just been this dude is isolated, this dude is isolated, and they're playing isolation football. But what you want is to bring options and to play off of people. But the key thing is movement, intelligence, because that's how you break teams down. Is that run that you don't see, and that pass that you don't expect, and that's what Ziyech can do. That's what Sancho can do, because the creativity for Chelsea has to be bumped up. It has to be bumped up. Look, man, if Barcelona don't want the Us, I would happily take him. And like, look, if they don't take, if the Us is around, bro, this is a treble winning team. This is a guys. The Us, Sancho, Ziyech, guys. This is a treble winning team. The amount of skill, creativity, magic, and imagination in this team, too much. Sorry, Barcelona, please give Chelsea the Us. Please give Chelsea the Us. Give Chelsea the Us. Because with this, Aspilicueta isn't even needed to go. All that's needed is just give the Us the ball. And this is beautiful because the Us doesn't even have to track back that much. Aspilicueta, you just do your thing here. If the Us would eat, the Us would eat up in the Premier League, bro. He would easily eat up in the Premier League, bro. Easily eat up. No, look. United have guys. I wouldn't lie. Rashford, Martial, Pogba. But my thing is the playing style. Rather than the players, it's the playing style and the play and the ethos. That's the thing. It's the ethos. It's like, you see, United, if he can be fit, should try and go for Bale. You know, because if United gets a Bale, that changes things. See, that's the kind of player, like obviously a Bale at the peak of his powers, boom. You know, I don't know how well Sancho would walk and fit into that United team. He could fit into, but just from the eye test, I think Sancho would be a much better fit for these other dudes, man. What is the guy saying, man? Oh yeah, Dan James. That's the dude, man. So Usman has done everything Sancho is doing right now. Same team and everything. But I think Sancho is more creative. I don't think the Us had as many assists or created as much as Sancho did. I think the Us probably scored more goals. The Us was he was much more of an attacking threat than Sancho was when he was at Dortmund. But I don't think he had the playmaking or the creativity that Sancho did. Because again, like on a counter attack, I would rather have Sancho on the ball than the Us. In a one-on-one situation, I would have more faith in the Us coming up with something with his left or right foot than Sancho. So it depends on which situation that you find both players in, because they have a very different skill set. They're both skillful players, but their skill sets are different. You know, I think for me, Sancho is a better decision maker and creator. Usman is a better attacker and dribbler. You know, a better attacker and a dribbler. That Chelsea defense is championship quality. Guys, come on, man. Come on. Yes, Chelsea have leaked goals and everything, but come on. I mean, come on. You're being a bit too harsh. I mean, look. I mean, to be honest, this would work as well. I think this has been cool, but the issue with this is that I don't like two young defenders as a defensive partnership. I don't like two young defenders as a defensive partnership. So ideally, you want this because Rudiger is the big bro to Zuma's small bro. And if Lampard just plays them continually, doesn't chop and change unless he has to, plays them continuously, and they form an understanding and a good chemistry, bro, I think these guys can be money. I think these guys can be money, man. But also see the thing as well is it's about coaching as well. It's about coaching as well. I think someone in Lampard's camp just needs better. They need to understand, give these guys better defensive coaching, so they don't get themselves. Look, the amounts of times Chelsea have conceded from set pieces, and the amounts of avoidable goals that they've let in is crazy. And these things can be avoided. These things can be avoided, man. But for me, I think, look, guys, Kovacic has been one of the best performers this season. Kovacic has been one of the best performers this season, and I think it is always very useful when you have a strong central midfielder who knows how to keep the ball and is also very good at passing. So that's why Kovacic is very key. So, and why Kovacic is important is if you have a strong midfield presence, it gives the attack a strong basis to keep on launching chances and opportunities. Because what Chelsea wants is to give these front four as much cheddar as possible. But obviously, I mean, if we're rolling here, man. So I think, Cho is on the right, or is Cho on the left? And I think didn't Pulisic play right for Dortmund? I swear he played right midfielder for Dortmund. That's the thing. I swear at some point he played right midfield for Dortmund. Also, some people have also said as well that Pulisic can play as the number 10. But you see, I don't want Pulisic in this position here. So, because I think Pulisic plays this position when he plays for America. But again, as I said again, if it's a fluid formation, then cool. But if it's a defined position where you are literally the cam and the attacking dude, then it's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky, But back to Coutinho. Let's just say we have ZH there. See, all I would want from Coutinho is for him to improve himself as a player. And that's just about what he thinks about in games and to improve his footballing brain. Because if Chelsea get a Coutinho with an improved footballing brain, Coutinho is a great purchase. I don't want a Coutinho. I don't want a guy who, if the game is tight and he isn't getting his thing, he doesn't know how to change his game. Because what you want in a player is, okay, this isn't working. Let me roll here. This isn't working. Let me roll here as well. Aubameyang. You see, let me be real with you, because I'm about winning. Anyone who knows me that I don't care about loyalty, and I have no friends. See, if I was a manager, I would not give a damn about loyalty or making friends. Hell no. So if Chelsea can get on Aubameyang, and look, I mean, he ain't gonna go because if he moves, it'd be crazy. But if Chelsea or Aubameyang, that changes things completely. So if you did this, guys, game over. Game over. Because within these three, they will create chances. These three will create chances. So if these guys are creating for this dude, danger. It's just that I don't even want to, because I don't see this happening. It it would be insane if Aubameyang moved to one of Arsenal's most fiercest rivals. Because obviously Tottenham is one crazy thing, but if he was to move to Chelsea, guys, man, I want to look at this lineup, man, guys. Because you know that Chelsea play fast, and Aubameyang is speedy, but even more there, you have a genuine goal scorer. And remember, Arsenal have some bricks in their team, so just think about this. Aubameyang was joint top scorer and didn't have any players on the skill level of these dudes in his team, and still had 22 Gs. So, like, I mean, basically, if because he's not signing see, I think Aubameyang, if he leaves England. Now, I don't know whether for family reasons or personal reasons he would want to stay at Arsenal. But if he leaves and he moves to Chelsea, I mean, bro. Like this is it. Like what Chelsea have been. Chelsea's issue isn't creating chances. That isn't their issue. Their issue is putting the ball in the back of the net. That's their issue. Because the chances are there. And for me, look, I love Tammy and everything, but this is cutthroat. If it's between Tammy and Aubameyang, bro, it is not a hard decision at all. It is not a hard decision at all. You know, but this would be like guys, this is the team, man. Like Kante, Kovacic at the base, Ziyech running forward to the ball. Even we could even bunch in. Oh my god, guys, we could even bunch in. Aspi can go up like this. Rhys James can go up like this, and so forth. Kante can help support. Oh my guys, look, guys, this is oh my god, guys, check this out. Guys, check this out. Bro, I think they should go for these dudes, man. Wait. Let me even see. Is this wait, how how real is this, man? See, I don't want to read the song. See, this is all express, man. Tribal football. Chelsea preparing a shock move for Arsenal. Okay. Oh, Bleacher Reports. Okay. Says Chelsea is the latest match to show any interest. Man. He already has 17 Gs this season already. Man, guys, man. Man, look, man. If Chelsea gets Aubameyang, oh my god, man, bro, we're gonna do like a 3 hour stream, bro. We're gonna do a 3 hour stream. And look, there is nothing in me that is assuming that, oh yeah, yeah, gonna get um flipping thingy over Sancho. No, no. So I'm not making any assumptions. I am just trying to enter the psyche of Sancho. When you're moving to a team, first of all, as I said again, I don't think he should move. I don't think he should move. But when you're moving to a team, um, you have to say, where can I go that can help, that can put me in the best position? You don't just move to a team for the sake of moving to a team. Now, unless you're a top player, then you're like, I have to go to Real Madrid, I've got to go to Barcelona because I have to prove myself. Sancho isn't there yet. And I just feel that with Ziyech already coming through, seeing what Pulisic has done, this is a team that plays really good attacking football. And I think Chelsea's football is more closer to Dortmund's football than Man United is. So basically, see, if Sancho's psychology is Man United, I want to be a star for Man United based on their history, then United is the pick. But if his mindset is, I want to go to a place that puts me in the best position to succeed, I think Chelsea would be the best pick. So I don't know where his mind is at. It depends what he wants to do. It mainly depends what he wants to do. Wait, how do you figure this out? Inter sell Icardi to Chelsea and Oba goes to PSG. Says who? No, look. So Alaba wants to leave and Chelsea should go for him. Bro, first of all, Bayern Munich would be stupid to sell Alaba. But if they did, if they did, well, I mean, if Chelsea are willing to give away, if Bayern give away Alaba, my God, because obviously Alphonso Davies has been amazing, quality, but it would be stupid for Bayern to let Alaba to go because Alaba can play centre defense and left back. So if Alphonso Davies is injured, he can easily deputize for him. But again, if he wants to leave and Chelsea go for him, which they should, because Alaba isn't as good as he was like 4 or 5 years ago, but he's still money. So if Chelsea get Alaba, Chelsea are sorted. Chelsea are completely sorted because now you now have Alaba on the left, Reece James on the right. Boom. And you have both guys that can cross and offer width. Oh my lad. But this is just me dreaming. This is just me dreaming. But you see, this is closer to it. Alaba, Reece James, Ziyech, Sancho, Pulisic, Aubameyang. Oh my God. Guys, man, this is money. You know? This is absolute money, man. No, I mean, no, look, man. I mean, yeah, it's like if, like, Bayern would be stupid to allow Alaba to go. Like, they would be very, like, basically, it's like Football Manager. Never ever allow a defender who can play multiple positions to go. Never allow a dude who can play multiple positions to go. But again, if a guy's unhappy, he's see, because if a player is unhappy, there is no point in forcing him to stay. And look, he's past his peak. Like peak Alaba was the best left back in the world, easily. Like he was the best left back in the world. So like it was like 2014, 2015, around that era, he was like Alaba was amazing, you know. Um, and and he's Nigerian, by the way. Just want to just throw that out there. But again, like if he's available, because Chelsea need a left back, 1000%. They need a left back. Like if you're look at Liverpool. Liverpool utilize both flanks a lot. Oh, is it 27? Wait, Alaba age. Oh my. Wait, what the hell are Bayern doing? What on earth are Bayern doing allowing that guy to leave? Wow. Wow. Um you don't allow a 27-year-old to leave, man. Yeah, no. I thought he was out there for longer, man. No, but see, you guys, you keep saying that they have Alfonso Davis. Do you know what a squad means? A squad means options, and you must always, guys. Don't you guys play Football Manager? You always have to have a plan B, plan C, plan D. So the existence of an Alaba is security. What if Alfonso Davis gets a six-month injury? Can Pava play left back? Can Hernandez play left back? Yeah, actually, I think he can. So okay. So maybe they have deputies that can play left back, but it's like then if you don't do that, then who now plays center back then? So and he first of all he knows Bayern in and out. He's very consistent. Rarely makes mistakes. Really good on the look fine. If he is available, Chelsea should go all in. And guys, I'll be real with you. If it's based on a priority of Alaba, Aubameyang, Sancho, Alaba should be the priority. I think Alaba should be the priority. Like obviously, in an ideal world, get all three. In an ideal world, get all three. But if we're not doing it based on level of importance and need to the team, Chelsea need help on our left flank. Because again, because look, Aspie, bless his soul, this brethren has never, guys, when last did you see Aspie here? Please tell me. Please, I want footage. I keep asking people this. I want footage of the last time you saw Aspie in this position here. Please tell me. When was the last time that you saw him in this position here? He can't get here. If you're an attacking team, oh, bro. Yeah, true. Okay, there you go. You win. Yeah, when he's clapping the fans, yeah. So apart from clapping the fans, during a game, during 90 minutes, he never sniffs this area. He never sniffs there. So whether he's left or he's right or so forth, this dude never sniffs this area. you know. And the issue is, Aspilicueta is a great defender. He is a great defender. So he's really good because he's very tough to get past and he's very consistent. But if you are an attacking team, you have to be strong on both flanks. Because then what happens then is that you become very predictable. Because now what tends to happen with Chelsea is, because they know that Reece James is more athletic, is better at crossing, and is better on the ball and is more dangerous in the attacking area, they'll keep moving the ball right. So if they keep moving the ball right, then the opposition will just double up and shift guys, because the opposition will be like, cool, let's leave Aspi 1v1. Let's put an extra man over here and make it even much more difficult for them to move through, because these guys hardly go on the left side, and we know that Aspilicueta can't really do anything up here. So this dude is isolated, because for Sancho, he will always have the overlap and the support of Reece James. Pulisic won't. So Pulisic will always be left in a much more isolated situation. So that's the thing. That's why for me, if Alaba is about, man, guys, this would be money, because now you have Alaba and Pulisic combining, Reece James and Sancho combining. You've got Ziyech in the middle, and this is the dream team. This is, if Lampard is watching, if I see this team, hopefully, if things will get back to normal, if I see this team appear before my eyes next season, guys, I think trouble is loading. I think trouble is loading with this team. Trouble is loading with this team. Trouble is loading. Like this, I don't know how you stop this team. I don't know, because you have goals from here, creativity from here, goals from here as well. Creativity. So you have creativity from here, creativity from the middle, and from the middle here from Sancho. You've got security in Kante and Kovacic, who can help protect Zuma and Rudiger. Boom. Boom. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful team. Okay? This is a beautiful team. Look, Bayern, man, you don't need Alaba. Okay? After that crap you pulled at Stamford Bridge, give us Alaba. Just give us Alaba. Let's ride with Alaba, man. You know, let's ride, man. All right, guys, man. Last 20 minutes, I'll take questions, man. Send in some questions and I'm out of here, man. Last 20 minutes, I'll take some questions, man. Send in your questions for your boy HH, man. Send in those cues. Send in those questions. Send in those questions. Send in those questions. Thoughts on the Partey to Arsenal rumors? Great for Arsenal. Great for Arsenal. It would be extremely stupid of Atletico to sell Partey, because Partey is arguably Atletico's best player. So I don't understand how or why Atletico would want to sell Partey. Like, it makes no sense. You know, it makes absolutely no sense, man. But if you see, because you see, for me, Partey is what Xhaka thinks he is, and is what Arsenal will want from a Xhaka. You know, that's kind of strong enforcer midfield presence. Like, Arsenal don't have like I mean Lucas Torreira is pretty good, but I don't think they have like a you need that kind of plug in midfield. Someone that's basically a presence. You can have your moving midfielders, your roaming midfielders, but you must always have an ever present um, midfielder who is right there in the middle, who can tackle, who can pass, who can run forward with the ball. So who has a multitude of things, and Xhaka just simply isn't as talented as a party is. So for Arsenal would be a very important buy, would be a disaster for Atletico. Let's see what else you gotta say, man. I'm not even gonna answer this, man. So thoughts on show if you get Sancho, would you sell to United? So that's an interesting proposition. Because I do want to give Cho a chance because it's unfair to give like this assessment on him because he's been injured. How can you fairly assess somebody who's struggling with an injury and an injury isn't someone's fault? They just got injured. Put it this way. If let's say Sancho definitely leaves Dortmund and United can agree to allow Chelsea to get Sancho, if we sell Cho to you, done deal. I would be willing to sacrifice Cho if it's about getting Sancho because Sancho is too good. So yeah, especially if that's a deal where Sancho is definitely leaving, United will say we will let's gentleman's agreement. You give us Cho, will not stand in the way of you signing Sancho. Then it's cool. Then it's cool. I'd ride, man. I'd ride. Because you see, look, in life you have to make tough decisions. 100%, Hudson-Odoi could end up being a superb winger because I've seen glimpses of this guy do some pretty amazing stuff as an individual, and I think Hudson-Odoi could fit very well for Chelsea. Very quick on the ball, quick thinking, can cross the ball. He is very quick at getting himself into attacking positions. So he's a great player to have for Lampard's specific Chelsea team. But again, if I don't have to make a choice, then no, I'm keeping Sancho and Cho. If I don't have to make a choice, basically, if I don't have to make a choice, the more the merrier. Like what you want as a manager is quality players in your first team, quality players on your bench. So if I don't have to make a choice, yeah, Cho and Sancho, and boom, prove to me who's the best in training, and then I'll pick the best of the best. And if one guy doesn't play well, boom. Because what you always want as a manager is to replace quality with quality. That's what you always want. But if I had to make a choice, keep Cho and not get Sancho, or get Sancho and sell Cho, I'm getting Sancho and selling Cho. If that was my choice, if that was my choice. Thoughts on Cancelo Semedo swap? Barca would be pricks to sell him. Yeah, that would be stupid. That would be stupid. Semedo is a very, very solid right back. Very solid. Okay, he's not Dani Alves. How many right backs of the last 5-6 years are even close to Dani Alves? Don't even mention Trent. Please don't. Dani Alves, you can make an argument that Dani Alves is top 5 right backs of all time. You can make that argument of all time right backs. So Comparing Semedo to Dani Alves is stupid, and Barcelona, hush hush, one of the dumbest mistakes that they made was selling. Basically, one of the dumbest mistakes that they made was selling Dani Alves. Stupid. And Dani Alves never wanted to leave. They just gave him a BS contract that was disrespectful, which is insane. Semedo, yeah, so I don't see why would she get Cancelo? Why? Remember, this is a Barcelona team that needs to defend because they don't keep the ball as well as they used to. So getting a defender who isn't as solid defensively as Semedo would be very stupid. Obviously, I get the whole Cancelo thing based on how good he is offensively, but defensively, he's a brick. Thoughts on cancellation of the Dutch league? I didn't know this. I did not know this. Eredivisie. Oh wow. Council, damn. So the Dutch Football Association intends not to continue the Eredivisie season after the national government extended a ban. Oh wow. 1st of September. And these are leading the Dutch Softlers on level on points after 26 games with Ajax ahead on goal difference. It tends not to continue playing. Wow. Yeah, man. Guys are now making big decisions now, bro. Guys are making big decisions now. Wow. I mean, for me, I've always said that hold off. Just hold off. And I still maintain finish the season whenever we come out of this. Roll over the contracts and push next season till another time. Yeah. Like for me, I still say finish the season. You know, finish the season. You don't have to rush into this decision because again, why do you need to? You see, okay, see, I get the whole thing of declaring because see, if you cancel the season, do those teams earn the money? It's crazy because if you do cancel all that work I did to get to this position and I don't get the rewards, if you declare, bro, we were just a few points behind these dudes. Why not? So between those two things, canceling is fairer than declaring. It simply is because you have to play 38 games. You can just say, oh, we were champion. No. It's about who did best over 38 games. So, yeah. That's the thing. Oh, Martin said, I called it German football being back May 9th. So is that real? Basically, look at how crazy it is. Now, if Holland are putting a ban on all major events till September, England may be putting a ban on all major events till like December because England have handled it the worst in Europe. What the hell do those Germans do? Why the hell have Germany got themselves in the position where they may be the only major European nation to actually have their competition pretty much move on for next season? Yeah, that's I mean, look, if we really have the Bundesliga happening, midnight, which and they say that it's going to be at least behind closed doors for the year. I mean, shout out to those dudes. Shout out to those dudes, man. What made you a Chelsea fan? Zola. He was one of the first few players that I liked. I just thought the guy was flipping out amazing. Also, like my favorite color was blue, but I think the real major reason was Zola. You know, Um, just what he was able to do and everything, man. Um, so yeah, I think this is something that people need to really take a thing of is that, but remember, they've been, there was footage of Bayern and people training like last week. So I think that's for the past week or so, um, German teams have been training, man. So, but yeah, you can't get guys straight into it because like guys have like, remember we've been on lockdown since like the second week of March. So most of these European teams have not had any active football or proper training for like a month. Now, have they really been doing all of their training regimens in isolation? Eh, because I'm seeing a few Insta lives and I'm seeing a lot of beards. I'm seeing a lot of like rusty beards and stuff. So it's tricky, bro. It's tricky, man. Um, yeah, Dortmund trains. Yeah, no, no. Look, it's like because this is what I said before. You're seeing how different countries have dealt with this. Simple. Like Germany have, because trust me, Germany are very, very meticulous people. They're not just going to rush things for the sake of rushing. So they're very meticulous people. So you're just seeing the benefits of Germany getting themselves in a position where they had the testing, they ensured that everybody was wearing masks and so forth. They did the lockdown early and so forth. While England was trying to head immunity, they did the lockdown early. So they're like, no, we are in a situation where, behind closures and everything, we can actually bring guys to start playing these football games and everything while we just have rapid and continuous testing and so forth. But the issue is, bro, they may have to make a strong decision on the Premier League because England are going to be in this for a long time. England are going to be in this lockdown for a long time. Like, you're not really hearing all these stories of guys saying, like, of this pay cuts, this thing, and so forth. They're going to be in this thing for a long ass time. They're going to be in this thing for the long ass time, man. What was I saying, man? Saying. Oh no, bro! The effects of this is going to be wild. It's gonna like it's just I hope not. Touch wood. This doesn't happen. Like you hope that this doesn't end up in like anarchy or like a world war. That's what you hope for. This doesn't end up in like some kind of crazy ass wild world war because the amount of unemployment, the people who have lost jobs and so forth, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely wild, man. It's absolutely wild indeed, man. Will the World Cup final be different if Di Maria played? Oh yeah, he was injured for the final, wasn't he? I mean, he would have helped, but I still think Germany win, though. I still think Germany win. Because that final would have been tight regardless. And I don't think Di Maria would have been enough of a difference maker to break the deadlock in that final because like Germany like that final was very tight. That final was very tight, man. But yeah, I mean, but look, as I said again, look, Messi had his opportunities. the chances were there. And I think when you're in a World Cup final, you have to take those chances. You simply have to take those. You have to take those chances, bro. But you could just see that from Messi's body language, he wasn't really in it. He wasn't really in it. Um, like whereas poor people suffer the worst, bro. But that's just the way of the life, isn't it? And I've always said like England is the most classist country in the world, where England have screwed over the poor for so long. You know, like England is the epitome of the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. Not only that, but also just class. You know, the separation of class is a huge thing. It's a huge thing in England, but just for this situation as well, because the MPs will be fine. you know, those MPs will still be earning their thousands, but for the guys who now lost their money, man, that's just crazy, man. Um, thoughts on the racism to blacks in China during the second wave of look, man, look, China are moving very, very iffy. Like me and my mom were actually having a conversation about this because my mom was just telling me about how even China have been operating in Nigeria, man. China are moving wild, man. China are moving very wild, man. Because, bro, like, I just hope that these guys didn't create this. I hope and pray that these guys didn't create this virus. I hope because if these guys messed up the world, caused mass unemployment, ruined the football season, killing hundreds of people intentionally, I mean, that is unforgivable. That is unforgivable, man. Um, but that would be wild though if these guys actually created this because they wanted to control the population and they wanted to destroy the economy. Like that's I, you see, if that happens, then it can't be called the Brick Academy anymore. It's got to be called the Chinese Academy. Like if it is true, then you have to call it the Chinese Academy, man. You know, but that is wild, bro. Um, no, 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 no. See, that's only look. Nobody. You see, we don't have confirmation it was from animals. There is no concrete confirmation of where this thing came from. There is a strong assumption it came from animals or bats, but there has not been a full-on scientific confirmation deduction that this is where it came from. Not yet. Like I'm still treating that as a see, if China created this whole thing for me, I'm still treating that as a conspiracy. I still believe that it's just this crazy virus. I still see that it's just this crazy virus, man. So like I mean, come on, that would be wild. Like, see, my mom believes that China had created this whole bioweapon thing, But again, it's like you have to be wary about the stuff you read on the internet because not everything on the internet is real. you know, not everything on the internet is real. I haven't heard of this dude, bro. Dennis Sakari, but I'll look him up. I've not heard of this dude. Mr. Dennis Sakari, I've not heard of that dude, bro. I've not heard of that dude, man. But yeah, look, man. I mean, the question now for the Premier League, man, is like, what do you do? How long do you leave this for? Because it's a big decision of if you um it's a big decision of if you cancel the season or you postpone it. It's a big decision, and one that would have serious repercussions. So that's why I just say, like, there is no point in rushing to a decision. I still feel of trying to find a way of finishing the season. As crazy as that sounds, that I just think is the safest thing to do. Just trying to find out, like, look, let's just keep waiting and waiting and waiting. But the issue is England handled this so badly, and they set themselves back so much that it's going to be such a long time. Like the UK government screwed up so bad because they were trying to be cool. They were just trying to be cool and different, man. Um, so the debate today about who is more iconic, MJ or Cristiano. You see, that's a dumb thing, man. You see, that's a dumb thing because, again, it's like one dude transcended a sport and created and is the face of the most iconic shoe of all time. Another dude is very popular in a sport. There isn't a comparison. There simply isn't a comparison, and that's just a stupid comparison to make. That's a comparison to make. But you see, people just come up with this crazy stuff, man. It's like MJ Jordan is on a different Jordan is a different level, and Jordan is a whole different see that's what, like, neither Messi or Cristiano have transcended football, really. They're super famous, but they've not really transcended football, where people who know nothing about football are like, oh. But the reason why people call Pele the GOAT is he was the first dude to truly transcend football, where Pele was just this name that people over the world knew. That's why, because what Messi and Cristiano have done have all been within the world of football. Pele became bigger than football. He became bigger than football. I mean, I'm going to probably try and drop a review on it on the old channel, man. But really good, man. So far, really good. Because like basketball is my second favorite sport. That's my second favorite sport. But no, really, really good. Because I just love how they've made it in terms of some of it is in the present, some of it is in the past, and they jump back and forth between timelines, man. So yeah, no, and basically, I'm just looking forward to the footage that they show because I really love documentaries that really get behind the scenes of players and give you really intimate moments with these star guys. Because obviously, I think part 3, you're probably going to focus on Dennis Rodman. So they may do like a Dennis Rod because they had like a Jordan focus, Pippen focus, and they'll probably do a Rodman focus. Then they'll probably go deep into the Bulls and what they did, man. But yeah, I mean, it's and also this is the perfect time to do it, man. Because I think they probably wanted it to postpone. I think it was supposed to come out, like, I think maybe later this year, but because of this whole Corona thing, man, this is the perfect time to release it, man. I think again, it's like, even if you don't watch basketball, you have to watch it because it's about sport. and sporting greatness and how what goes through the mind of a great athlete, you know, like Muhammad Ali, Jordan, Pele, Maradona, like the greats, you want to know what goes through them, man. Um, bro, it is. Like, okay, no. Like, maybe, okay, maybe it's not on the US Netflix, but hint, hint, if you know about the VPNs, hint, hint. But you don't know, wait, it should be on the US Netflix. Like, or maybe because it's on ESPN, then they may not move it um on on um on the Netflix thing, man. But it shouldn't pop up. But we see it is on Netflix, but maybe it's not on the US Netflix, man. Yeah, look, Martin, there's a thing called a VPN. Download it, download the VPN extension, and just ensure that and then they can then change the VPN to UK, because that's what I sometimes do. Because sometimes what I do is I change it so I can watch the US Netflix. Yeah, man. But oh man. So actually, wait, what are you guys watching? Like TV series, like TV show, like what? I mean, what TV show are you guys watching? Oh, no, look, man, no. I think basically between Netflix and Amazon Prime, man, this thing, man, Money Heist, man. Look, is Money Heist really that good? Because people have hyped this whole thing, man. People have hyped this Money Heist, man. Look, man, I'll give this a watch, man. When I have time, I'll give this because people say, man, Money Heist, Money Heist, Money Heist. Because see, it doesn't look, see, from the image, you see, that's I see, you can never judge a book by its cover. I hope not, because I was never a fan of Prison Break. I was never a fan of Prison Break. You know, because see, I'm always wary when people hype up a show, because if you hype up a show, then you have to that you put it on a high pedestal, maybe unfairly, and if you don't, you're like, oh damn. So would you take Ndidi at Chelsea? I probably would, you know. I mean, you see, it's I think the way that Chelsea play, I don't think Ndidi would work. And I think because Chelsea already have a Kovacic and a Kante, I don't think he would work. So see, I would take Ndidi 100% because he's that good, but I don't think Ndidi works for the way Chelsea want to play. You know, so for the way that they want to play, I don't think he'd work. You know, I don't think he'd work. You know, like. And again, like Chelsea's priority isn't a central midfielder. That's not where they are weak at. Chelsea's priority is an inside forward, a goal scorer, and a left back. but mainly a left back, man. That's specifically what they need, man. Oh, bro, you must have missed it, man. Coutinho to Chelsea. Um, Coutinho does work for Chelsea, but I just don't rate Coutinho very highly. That's the thing. I just think that Coutinho's decision making can be lacking, and he he doesn't give you consistent productivity. And it is very important that if Chelsea are to get a player and an attacking midfielder for that area of the team, they simply have to get someone that they can rely upon to be productive. They have to get someone that they can rely on to be productive. And I don't think that Coutinho is someone that Chelsea can rely upon to make the right pass, make the right decision, to constantly be a threat for the attacking team. So for me, I would like to see a Loftus-Cheek in that position. I'd like to see a Sancho in that position. I'd like to see Ziyech in that position. So you see, that's it. Like, how are these guys? How are these guys sort of related? First of all, they play different positions. Coutinho is an attacking central midfielder. Robin plays wide right. Robin literally has the most unstoppable move in football. Coutinho just shoots, and is a guy that shoots. So they have totally different styles, and Robin has had a far better career than Coutinho ever has had. You know, so yeah, man, I don't really know how you would compare them both, bro. Yeah, but the thing that I already knew about Rashida Jones from time, because I knew that she was the daughter of Quincy Jones, and I already knew that she looked mixed race. You know, so yeah, like, I think I already knew that Quincy Jones was married to this white model. So, because I remember her from, you see, I first saw Rashida Jones in Social Network. That's when I first saw her. Then I was like, oh, Rashida Jones. And then, like, oh, her father is Quincy Jones. And I was, oh, then I just read more into her and everything. I was like, okay, boom. But yes, yeah, I first saw her. She was, because she played a very small role in Social Network. I think she was the lawyer or something. So, whoa, whoa. Didn't you watch Ziyech last season? When last was Coutinho that good in a Champions League? Just wondering, like, when last was Coutinho that good in a Champions League game? So I don't really know where you're rolling from there, bro. I am taking Ziyech over Coutinho all day, every day. Okay. I'm taking Ziyech over Coutinho all day, every day. All day, every day, man. Like, if Ziyech can bring me what he did for Ajax in Chelsea, oh man, what we are eating. We are eating, bro. Yeah, man. I mean, bro, the film industry is screwed. The film industry is screwed. Like, cinemas, everything in the film industry, everything is screwed, bro. Everything is screwed, like, because films have been delayed. But what about cinemas? I mean, like, will cinemas still exist when we come back? Because so many cinemas who they depend on daily cheddar. Like, these guys, they depend on daily income. And if these guys don't have the daily income, how can they survive? How can they survive? So like, The only thing, this is the best time for having an online business, you know, which is why I've been so focused on my working on both of my YouTube channels and everything. Because if you don't have, see, this is the best time to have an online business, man. It's the best time because if you don't have an online business, man, you're screwed. You're screwed. You know, and that is why, like, man, it is so important to be an independent entrepreneur, bro. Um, and wait, what is TikTok? That's what I want to know. Like, what the flipping hell is TikTok, and why are people using it so much, and how does it differ from the other stuff, man? Um, yeah, it's like, yeah, look, bro, I have no idea. Like, I keep seeing like people doing this weird dance, and it just says, "Oh, tick." I just see TikTok. I'm like, what the heck is this stuff? I see TikTok below there. I'm like, bro, nah, man. you know, you see, for me, I don't do that kind of like trendy stuff, man. Nah. So what I should now do, like, is some kind of crazy dance on TikTok. You know, I think I'll just keep my Instagram, Twitter, and my YouTube. You know, Happy Tree Friends. What the f is that, bro? I have too much stuff to look. Right now, I am reading a book about black nationalism. I'm reading Naruto. I'm watching Hunter x Hunter, and I'm watching the X-Men and Spider-Man cartoons. So, shut up, man. What the freak? So, I'm doing a lot of things, much, you know, and yeah, this is the best one to really read stuff. And I want to learn a language. So I'm becoming going down learning a new language, man. Um, yo, what's the book? What's the name of the book, bro? Let me write it down. Wait, let me write down the name of the book. Which club is most likely to collapse after the pandemic? Well, clubs who are in debt. Clubs who were in debt before are screwed. All right. Oh, let's go aside to the subtle art of not giving an F by what's this guy's name? Mark Manson. Oh no, no, I was in the midst of watching Troy. Because I mean I've already seen Troy before, but I just wanted just to watch clips. I mean, some decent scenes, man. Some decent scenes. Brad Pitt is horrible. He's horrible in that film. Absolutely, absolutely horrible in that film, man. Um, wait, there's an interesting question here, man. Yeah, wait, this. Yeah, I've read Dune. Really good book. Really, a very well structured book. You know, and it literally is made for a trilogy. You know, because it's in very well defined three parts, but really good story. Really good story. In terms of like a beginning, middle, end. Really, really good story, man. Um, no, Brad Pitt is horrible, bro. his rubber. No, 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 but no, but like you see, Dune could be a big film, but do I trust Denis Villeneuve to give me a blockbuster? Because having that blockbuster, big time sci-fi film isn't just about being arty. It's about delivering that. You know what I'm saying? Because 2049 looked great, but it lacked that edge. It lacked that like edgy, and there were just some stupid. And I think he made some silly decisions. He made some silly decisions in the film. Um, Happy Tree Friends, bro. If this thing is trash, okay. Happy Tree Friends. Happy Tree Friends. Yeah, Man City are screwed. Are they screwed? Um, well, they have liquid cash, and I think whenever you have liquid cash, you'll always be good. So even if their books may not be balanced, man, bro, they have liquid cash. Like you have guys who have billions, you know. So it's those teams who have owners who have maybe assets and not as much money who will be screwed. So it's those smaller clubs who really depend on the gate receipts and so forth of income, you know. Um, but it's man, it's wild, man. It's wild. See, this is what I don't know. I think this was maybe on another live that we did of like, okay, what's big change in football? Imagine if we had virtual reality, so players could from their own like homes or whatever could plug into a virtual reality stadium and play virtually, and we could pay money and so forth and have basically like the Matrix and have our virtual selves in the stadium. So we can't spread the disease because it's not really ourselves. It's our digital selves. Now, just as obviously we're not there, but see, if we had that, oh my gosh, that would be money. Saves on traveling and so forth. You know, um, but basically, yeah, Ready Player One or The Matrix. That's the thing. Ready Player One or The Matrix. That's pretty much where I'm rolling with my Ready Player One or the Matrix. Um, but at the moment right now, man, I don't I don't see I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel, man, for some of these leagues, bro. I will very much for some of these teams, man. Will Neymar lead Brazil to glory in 2022? Well, how old is this Neymar now? First of all, so Neymar right now is 28, so he's going to be so he's going to be 30. Wow, man, time flies, man. Damn, the dude is going to be 30. I wouldn't put my money on it. I wouldn't put my money on Neymar to game Because first of all, is he going to be fit? And at 31, oh no, he's 28. Remember, he's there. Wait. Okay, so he'll be 29 in 2021, 30 in 2022. No, 30. What are you talking about? 31, bro. He's 28. He's no. Here, no. I just checked. He's 28, bro. He was 28 in February. But yeah, man. I mean, it's really where his mind is at. Because again, to even be compared to any of those other presidents, you have to win the World Cup. Copa America is one thing, which he hasn't actually won yet, which is crazy because they won it without him. But he has to show up. He has to show up. But even beyond showing up, he has to win the World Cup for them. Because you say to yourself that if Brazil got past Belgium, would they beat France in that semi? I think not. No, I don't think they beat France. Like obviously, if they beat France, like they easily beat Croatia. I don't think it's like. See, France weren't amazing at that World Cup. They were just efficient, and there wasn't another top team at that World Cup. Like I mean, to be honest, the two best teams were. To be honest with you, the best team was Belgium. In terms of the team that played the best football and just looked the best. So in terms of the team that played the best football and looked the best, it was Belgium. Belgium were actually the best team. But France just negated it. France just did not allow them to play. So Brazil never stood out for me. Like obviously there are the few individuals here and there, but they never really stood out for me on how they played, So actually Japan were pretty good though. But the thing was that Japan just had I think Japan slowly got better. Like Belgium were good from the first game all the way to the third place playoff. So all the way through they were good. Even in the semi they were good. Just that France just did not allow them to really fully express themselves, but they were still good in that semi, and they had a all-time iconic first half against Brazil. That an also, but again, I wouldn't put my money on Neymar winning it with Brazil. Because first of all, is he going to be fit? And even if he's fit, you will have to face an older Mbappe and an older French team, because this French team, a lot of these guys are still young. So you're facing an older Pogba, an older Mbappe, and maybe a Martial in there. Belgium, who knows? You see, for me, I think Belgium's last chance to win a trophy is these Euros. Next World Cup, I think everyone will be a bit too old, specifically Hazard and Lukaku. But I think everyone right now for these next 2-3 years is literally at their right age. Everyone is really at their right age. So Belgium's last chance for this golden generation to win a trophy is the Euros. Are these Euros coming? That's their last chance, and that's the thing about the golden generations, man. You have to, because they don't come around often. Like Even if Portugal won in the Euro 2016, Portugal's golden generation was that team at Euro 2000, man. Like that was their golden generation. Sure. But no, but and also so like 2022 in December, man. Bruh. Nah, man. All right, guys, man. Let me head the heck out, man. So, guys, I'll be back here on Thursday, man, doing the Q&A and so forth. Be good, sleep well, be real. Your boys out. Peace out.